Okay, our title is percent difference, or, now this is another name for it, percent of change. Sometimes they'll call it percent difference. Sometimes it's called percent of change. So I just want you to see both names up there. Percent difference, diffference, or it could be called percent of change. You know what? They mean the same thing. So I'm just going to put it equals there. So it could be either one. And one other thing I want to take note of, remember we used that symbol, triangle symbol for change? Yeah, so instead of writing percent difference, we'll say percent change. It'll be a lot easier. Well, maybe I'll just spell out the word. It's hard for me not to spell out words. Okay, so percent change is, now it's going to be actually a fraction, and on top is going to be the difference the difference over starting number. Sometimes it's called the original number. Difference over the start, or difference over the original. Okay, hopefully you have room for this, but we're basically just making this to a fraction. Then after we make it to a fraction, we change it into a decimal. And then after we change a decimal, we change it to a percent. Now that sounds complicated, but when you're using a calculator, it's really easy. So we're going from a fraction, and then we're going to divide it to make it a decimal, and then a percent. Okay, so let's give a couple of examples, a few of them. Now I'm trying to save a little room here, so I wrote down to, okay, find percent change from $20 to $30. Find the percent change from $20 to $30. I'm just going to make a quick little model to the side. If you don't want to, that's up to you. But so let's say I go this far. That's $20. Then it's going to go to $30. Okay, the question is, well, first of all, how much is it from $20 to $30? That's $10, right? Okay, so from here to there, it went up by 10. The question is, what percent is that? From there to there, what percent is it? We know it's $10. What percent is it? Out of 20, what percent is it? How much did it rise out of $20? That's what we're looking for. So let's make our fraction. First thing is, okay, so here's our fraction. Okay, on top is the difference. Now I'll write this out even though you could see it. So it's basically the difference of these two numbers, which is just 30 minus 20, right? And then below here goes the starting number. And our starting number is 20. This number right here goes right there. That's the number you start with. That goes at the bottom. Then you subtract these two. Well, if I subtract those two, which I already did right over here, it was 10. So you have 10 over 20. That's basically it right there. You set it all up. Then you just take your calculator, 10 divided by 20 is, if you do that, you'll end up with 0.5. Right? 0.5. And so 0.5 as a percent is, with the decimal over 2 spaces, 50%. It's a 50%, and I'll put the words increase. So it increased by 50%. From 20 to 30 is a 50% increase. And that's how that works. Let's try another example. Okay, so I'm going to go from $240 to $300. Okay, I need to find a percent increase from 240 to 300. Okay, without the model, we'll do this. So let's see. On the top goes the difference. So 300 minus 240. Right? The difference goes on top. And then on the bottom, it's the starting number, the original number. And that original number is 240. That's the number we started with. That comes over here. I know it is because it says from 240. So 240. All right, well, let's see. 300 minus 240 is 60. 60 over 240. All right, well, now you just use your calculator. 60 divided by 240. 60 divided by 240. And I get 0.25, 0.25. So 0.25. Okay, what percentage is that? I move the decimal over 2 spaces. It's 25%. Okay, that was a 25% increase. Boy, that's a lousy cloud. All right, so again, you find the difference over their starting number, right? The difference over the starting number. Okay, our next one is from 180 to 108. Hey, that's a decrease. It's going down, not up. Okay, same thing though. Go ahead and remember, it's the difference over the starting number. Well, the starting number is 180, right? So that's going to go down here. 180. And then I subtract the two on top. 180 minus 108. And that's going to leave us with 72. $180 minus 108 is 72. All right. So I basically skipped a step, didn't I? I didn't write this out, but that's fine. This is what you really need right here. This. That's what you're concerned about. So I just kind of skipped that step, put it right here. I now use a calculator. 72 divided by 180. 72 divided by 180. I get 0.4. 0.4. All right, and so what percent is 0.4? I've moved the decimal 2 spaces. That's 40%. And it went down, right? It went down. So it's a decrease. Okay, that's a little bit better cloud there. So this was a 40% decrease. Subtract goes on top. The original number, the starting number, goes to the bottom. So this is percent difference, or you could call it percent of change.